welcome back.
Welcome back to
SoulsMeet.
Oh, I like that. Almita, I love that. To SoulsMeet. So stereotypical Latino.
I know. It just comes natural now.
Yeah. It's just like, let's move it.
Wow, episode 15. We're a quarter.
I think that's
in
15.
over here.
I feel like people are going to hear us say the same thing all the time. We're just very proud of ourselves. We're going to be like,
yeah,
freaking episode 15.
I'm sorry, that's huge. We've been doing this for 15 episodes nonstop.
15 weeks nonstop.
No broken streaks.
I love it. I love that you just said that, because when we're like, when shit's happening,
yeah.
And we're just like, and the possibility of like not doing 1 week comes up, we're just like, we don't want to break this streak. We don't.
We've been working so hard.
We have. People don't know how difficult it is to work with her.
This is the last episode.
Thank you for coming to her funeral.
Wow. You will not see her anymore. Yeah, sorry. Actually, I could very easily replace you. You know who's dying?
Wait. Is that something that a normal person would say? First of all, there were 2 parts to that statement. I could easily replace you. You know who's dying?
You didn't let me finish.
I really want you to finish now. Yeah.
You know who's dying to be in the podcast?
Oh, who's dying to be in the podcast?
Ivana, my niece.
Oh, yeah, I can be replaced. Yes.
We normal, like, we do it on Mondays, Saturdays, whatever day we're available. But they're visiting us right now. They're from Ottawa. They live in Ottawa. And so she's like, Tia Jadi, today is Monday, so that means you're doing the podcast. And I said, yeah, Ivana, today I do the podcast. And she didn't ask me like right away, but she was like, so you record today? Yeah, Ivana, I record today. So like maybe one day, I don't know, I could be in your podcast. And I was like,
yes, Ivana, you can totally be in our podcast. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can replace me with her. Yes. Girl, she will be like, I think you will be like, not 2 takes. You guys will be like, 1 take, this one. You people
wrong. She's my mini me. Yeah, like she's actually my mini me.
I mean, I met her at your wedding, but like I feel like I want to meet her, like know her more. But out of everything that you've said to me, she does sound like the mini you.
Yeah, she says some funny stuff. I have some videos to show you. Anyway, we're back with some new episodes. Episodes. Some new stories, not episodes. It's a new episode.
Well, it is a new episode.
And these are juicy.
Juicy.
Do you want to go first?
Or? I can go first this time. And I don't know why I don't remember my iPad password.
This is why I go first. I'm prepared.
Yeah, right, girl.
Born ready.
Please. Okay. Am I in the wrong for asking for my dead sister's ring back after my brother used it to propose?
Oh my God.
My sister died when I was like 6 and she was 17. We weren't super close or anything, but I still remember little bits of her. Her laugh, how she always painted her nails, her posters. She was like this perfect angel to my mom after she passed. I barely remember the funeral. Oh, sad. I'm so sorry. When I was like 12, I found this old ring in her stuff. Nothing fancy, just a silver ring with a small stone. It fit me, and I don't know why, but I kept it. It wasn't some big dramatic thing. I didn't steal it or anything. I just took it and started keeping it. I didn't wear it loads or flaunt it, just had it in this little box of something. I'd look at it, and it's something that, and sometimes I look at it when I missed her. It kind of became this one thing that felt like mine, like my own piece of her. Now, anyway, last weekend we had this family lunch, and my brother, 27 male, brings his girlfriend, who everyone knew he was going to propose to. And yeah, he stands up, does this big speech, and pulls out the ring. My sister's ring, the one I've kept for like 7 years. I literally froze. His girlfriend starts crying. People are clapping. I'm just sat there like, what the fuck? I look at my mom and she just smiles at me like nothing happened. After dinner, I asked her, was that the ring? And she's like, yeah, your brother asked me and dad, and we said it was fine.
Oh my god.
She said it was sweet and symbolic, and my sister would have wanted it passed down or whatever. And I was like, it was never yours to give though. Like I've had it for years. And she just goes, oh come on, it's just a ring. Don't be dramatic. But like when I had it, it wasn't just a ring. Oh yeah, I kind of snapped. Waited till people were outside and told my brother I wanted it back. He laughed at first, then was like, "No, what the fuck?" And I said, "Okay, well then, I'll tell your girlfriend when where it came from and let her decide."
Mm-hmm.
He got mad, said he I was ruining his proposal and making it about me like always. My mom dragged me into the kitchen and saying everyone noticed I wasn't happy that I left halfway through the dinner. Yeah, because I was crying in the bathroom
Oh.
like literally like question marks.
Oh.
Dad tried to calm it down, but my brother kept going on about how selfish I was and that I've been weird about my sister for years. I didn't even say anything. I just left early and haven't spoken to any of them since. Mom rang me yesterday saying, have I calmed down and am I ready to say sorry? And I said, not really. And she hung up. My cousin texted me later saying it was actually super messed up and she doesn't blame me, but I don't know. I probably could have handled it better, but I just felt so blindsided. It's not even about the stupid ring. It's just like they acted like it didn't matter to me. Like I didn't matter. So yeah, am I in the wrong?
Mm.
Whoa.
Mm-mm.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wait. Remember last episode? I need to think about this. Okay. Piedra, papel o tijera. Un, dos, tres. Okay. Piedra, papel o tijera. Un, dos, tres. Oh, fuck.
I told you guys, it's okay.
This
I gave them a
girl.
look. I gave them a look.
Where, did you?
Yes.
She's so sneaky, this one. Okay, go then.
Okay, well, no. You're not in the wrong. You're not in the wrong. I don't agree with the moment, but anyway.
I haven't said anything. Wow.
That will be her take. She has to take that. But I don't think you're in the wrong for feeling the way you were feeling. That's clearly something you found shortly after your sister passed away. And I'm sure there's a lot of, it's a symbolic thing. You probably feel like this is a little piece of her, something that you still have, the only thing that you have left of her, the only thing to remember her by, because you were very young when she passed away. And so I can imagine how this ring became so important to you and the link between two sisters. And I think it's very messed up, very unfair that they took the ring without talking to you about it. Clearly you're the one that's been keeping that ring this whole time. It's been in your possession. It's not like it's just been lying around for them to take. And I'm sure throughout these years, the ring has come up. I'm sure you've told your parents what this means to you. And so I think it's so messed up that they would say yes to giving it to your brother to propose with without running it by you first. Your brother should have actually asked you if that was okay with you. Is it a beautiful thing to do? Yeah, I would think so. Your brother wanting to propose with his sister's ring. Yeah, but anyway, it's yours. It was yours. You found it. You've been keeping it. That's your connection to your sister. And I don't think that you are in the wrong for feeling the way that you're feeling, for feeling disrespected, for feeling hurt, feeling like they're not listening to you and they don't care about your thoughts or your feelings in the situation. You also went through a loss. And yeah, they should have asked you. They should have asked you.
I agree. There should have been some sort of conversations. I do have a couple technical questions in my head. Obviously, we're not going to get the answers to, but it doesn't sound like she lives at home, because she said, I just left, I haven't talked to them, I don't want to talk to them, blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
it sounds like she doesn't live there. They don't live in the same house. So how come they had access to this ring? Where did they take this from? Like, did they go into your apartment and take it, or do you leave it at home?
I feel like she does live at home for that reason.
But she said she left and she hasn't talked to them ever since, and
I
she's been
see it.
calling her.
Yeah, for me, it sounded like she left the house
Mm-hmm.
and she just hasn't spoken to her parents.
But like for
But
days.
but
That's why it makes me feel that she doesn't leave home. Like leave at home, sorry.
yeah.
So that's why my take is like coming from the point that I think she doesn't leave at home, and I think it's one of those situations where she left it there.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe in a room, that like her old room or something, or with her stuff, because how come everybody knew where it was? Like if she kept it this whole time, if she really kept it with her own personal things, how did they have any access to this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if she lived at home, I just don't understand how they went into, like, that's a separate thing, and that's why I don't think she lives home, because I think she would have said that. She'd be like, they went through my things. She never said they went through my things. They went to, like, that's like a personal thing. She just said they did that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's telling me that if we really have to find a different perspective, and if that ring was still at your parents, and that was something that was like, yeah, you kept it all these years, but in a way it just like everybody knew what it was. There wasn't a specific thing about like, what are we doing with this ring? I understand how your parents could have felt like, okay, this is beautiful, you do it, like, yeah, definitely propose to them. But it always goes back to, they must have known that it was important to her.
That's what I'm thinking. Like she
at
said
least
she
a
found it.
conversation.
Yeah, she said she found it soon after her sister died.
Yeah.
And so I feel
She
like
did
a
say
little girl.
it wasn't like a big thing. She didn't make it like, oh, this is, I found her and I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
She just like kept it. Decided to keep it. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, well, there's definitely some.
But yeah, like I can see how she feels, betrayed in a way, because it's like the thing that she really wanted to keep. But I do think she should have handled it better.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right place and time to blow up and bring that up and say, "Oh, give me the ring back." I think it could have been done better.
I can see how the brother as well feels.
Yeah.
Also, like, but I proposed to my girlfriend. Maybe he didn't know the length in like how she felt about, like, how possessive she felt about this ring. Again, because I am assuming this was not something taken from your personal things. If it had been, then that's a different conversation. It was taken from your personal belongings.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, she didn't say that, so I don't know.
That's why I'm like, if it was something that it was just a possession of the house, maybe he just didn't know how.
I feel like they would, though. If she's the one that found this ring, how does everyone else know about it? She must have shown it and said, "Hey, I found this." I don't know. I feel like a little girl finding something like this after a sister passed away would probably express what she found.
But she said she didn't say, like, she didn't make it a thing. She did say that.
But so many years passed, though. I feel
like
at some point,
it's been so many years.
Yeah, I feel like at some point she would have said something about what this ring means, or
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, she didn't make it a big deal where it's like, this is mine,
guys, this is mine. Yeah.
But I still feel like it should have been a conversation. It's something that's left over from daughter, sister, and I think it should have been like a family decision.
You can already tell that the way that the mom is dealing with this is like wrong. Like calling her and being like, are you ready to apologize? Talk first to your children. Say, hey, can we have a conversation? You want to come home and like, let's have a conversation about this, like, to see where we went wrong. Like, even if at the end of the day they decide to, like, obviously, like, let this girl get that ring as her proposal ring, even if that's the case, you don't call and say, are you ready to apologize? Yeah. No, that's so mean.
Yeah. Clearly she feels very strongly about this, and so you should ask her. The minimum you should do is ask her why and have a conversation about that. So I don't think you're in the wrong.
And if it was such a surprise for them, don't you want to know why she
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm saying.
so?
Why is she reacting this way?
Yeah,
That's logical. You would want to ask somebody, "Oh, how come you feel so strongly about
about
this
this
ring?"
ring. Yeah. So I guess we're saying you're not in the
You're not in the
wrong,
wrong, but it could have been done
but could have been done differently.
differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Next story.
Second story. Am I in the wrong for telling my niece her mother tried to give her away as a baby?
Oh my gosh.
I, 28 male, got into a huge argument with my sister, 31 female, last week. The argument had been simmering for a long time, as tension between us had been high for years.
Oh.
When I was 17, my sister had an accidental pregnancy, and when she told her boyfriend, he left her. Due to our religious family, she kept the baby, but once her daughter was born, she panicked. She didn't want to go through the legal troubles of adoption, so she asked me, and our mother took care of her kid. So she asked me that our mother take care of her kid. There was no legal custody, but it was an agreement made within the family. I essentially raised my niece from birth until she was 3.
Oh.
With the
There you
help
go.
from my mother. And mind you, he's younger. With the help from my mother, as she was working to support the new addition to the family. I dropped out of school and took care of her, fed her, changed her, and taught her how to walk while my mom was away at work. Then my sister met her now husband, cleaned her life up, and suddenly wanted her kid back. No warning, she moves back to home, says thanks, and starts being a mother. My niece is now 11 and doesn't remember all I and her grandmother did. It's been a family agreement to forget this all happened until the argument. My sister made a petty comment during a fight where she implied since I lost my job recently, I can't handle responsibility. I snapped and told her she was lucky her daughter was too young to remember how she abandoned her. My niece overheard this and now wants to know what I meant. I outright said that her mother didn't think she could raise her and left her with me and grandma. Now my sister says I traumatized her daughter, and my mom says I should have kept the secret like we agreed. I think the secret couldn't stay a secret forever. Am I in the wrong? Edit. I'm here to give some more context and answer a bunch of the most common questions.
We love edits.
Yes. When argument happened, I had put my niece to bed hours ago. We were at my mother's house, so no one knew she was going to come in. Secondly, after my niece was born, my sister moved states to get a job. Also, she was 20 and I was 17. And finally, in the aftermath, I said that we can't go back now since my niece already overheard us all talking. So, as a group with her stepfather, we should get together to explain it better. But since the event a week ago, my sister had been saying that we should blow over it and my niece will forget if we don't bring it up again.
Aha!
I'm frustrated at this and at how she's now slating me alongside my mother. My mother believes I'm in the wrong for arguing with my sister in the first place, whereas I say she has no right to criticize me for losing my job when I lost my education for caring for her child. I'm trying to get in contact with my niece's stepfather to ask him for his opinion. Edit 2. Yes, I was asked by my mom to drop out of school, and I did so. I didn't go to college later. I had no intention of hurting my niece, but she had already overheard what was said, so I felt that keeping it from her now would just cause her confusion. I'm now trying to backpedal at the best that I can with the family's assistance to be able to properly explain the situation to her. But my sister and my mother both want to just pretend this never happened and hope my niece forgets. Edit 3. I'm starting to wish I was clearer from the beginning. I said I was 17 when my sister had the accidental pregnancy. I meant that I was 17 when the baby was born. Okay.
Wow. Piedra, papel o tijera. 1, 2, 3. Guys, we went back to
I was gonna do
winning.
scissors. Why didn't I go with my instinct? Yes. Okay.
I kind of knew. I think I felt it.
Yeah.
That it was a rock.
Okay.
Wow. So his question is, am I in the wrong for what? Like you, it
was
was
telling my niece. That was the
he
question.
He didn't tell her.
I know, but that was
it
the
was
question.
a mistake.
Yeah.
It was a mistake. So you're not in the wrong for what, say something that you didn't know, like maybe in that moment you shouldn't have said that, but like that way, but it's, you're not in the wrong. I don't think there, well, there are many wrongs here. um but specifically about saying it out loud to your sister in in a moment where she's telling you, oh, you cannot hold a job or whatever it is, after you've done this for your niece, there is no way, you're not in the wrong for saying that. Also, you are not in the wrong for wanting to address this with this child who is 11. They say 11, right?
She's 11.
Everybody out there, think about when you were 11. Remember, at least for me, I remember it pretty clearly, and I had a couple of traumatic things happen to me when I was 11. That's why when he said 11, I just went back to like that year.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went like, whoa, I remember that. Like, I remember
Yeah.
the things that happened to me when I was 11.
Yeah.
Things needed to be addressed. I
Yeah.
needed things to be addressed, so just so I could make sense of them later in my life. And I had to as an adult. I'm not saying they're
Yeah.
gonna be able to let's say erase all the whatever is happening in her brain, or like what's happening to her, but it's always going to be better if adults explain to her what's happening in the moment with the right words that she would understand at 11.
Yeah.
Obviously the conversation they're going to have with her at 20 will be different, because she will have more questions in the future, for
Yeah.
sure. At 15, at 18, she'll be able to handle different things, but at 11 she can already handle some sort of truth. And also, hey, when you get really heated up, this is what happens. Sometimes you say things in a different way that you didn't mean like that. Your mom and I, or your uncle and I, were really mad. You know, we were really mad at each other. We were having this conversation. I said something I didn't mean. He said something that I didn't mean. He said it in this way. But just so you know, what matters is that we're now a family that are trying to make things better. If I was the uncle, I'd be like, what matters is that your mom found a way to be back here, like, you know,
Yeah.
got a job, got
Yeah.
your father-in-law, who, sorry, your
Stepfather.
stepfather, who sounds like, it sounds like they're trying to make it work as a family.
Yeah.
And for the mom to be, you know what, I was just really mad at your uncle, but we have to be grateful because he was with you all of those years. Be upfront, he's not in the wrong, I'm with him. And so many other things that he said in that story that I was just like,
There's a lot.
why was he asked to leave school? I feel so bad about this
Yeah,
person.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and he's like,
I have to go a different way.
I'm so sorry, before you go into
Yeah.
your take, when he's like, I put her to bed. Up until this day,
He's
this
still putting
man
her to bed. Yeah.
acts like a father, which
Yeah.
is so beautiful. So I'm with you.
I'm mad. You know what? No, you're not in the wrong. You're not in the wrong, because you raised that kid and it was an accident. Anyway, I have to go into my
Yeah. Sorry.
Is there? It was an accident.
It was an accident.
What can you do? The only thing I will say is, obviously this is a very sensitive topic. This is something that as a family you agreed to keep a secret, which I don't know how much longer it could have been kept a secret. I think at some point she should have been told anyway. And maybe that's how it was meant to happen. But anyway, the only thing I don't agree with is, yes, well, in a heated argument with your sister, I understand things might come up, things that you don't mean, whatever. But since it's such a sensitive topic and such a secret, you shouldn't have said that out loud at all, knowing that even if you put her to bed, there's a chance that she might be awake. There's a chance that she might overhear, even if she's in the room. She walked into that moment, yeah, that's fine. But that's not something that you throw in someone's face when the child is around. She's the one that's going to be hurt in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing I don't agree with. I think that you were in the wrong for throwing that back at your sister at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't agree that your mom is upset that your sister is saying, oh, we should just pretend like nothing, she's going to forget.
Nothing happened.
She is not a baby. She is not a baby. She is not going to just forget that she heard this information. And so, no, I think the right thing to do here, first of all, like, I'm sorry, like, everyone here is being selfish. This is about the girl now. It's not about how you feel, what you think.
How you're going to look like.
No. The girl knows now. Explain the situation to her. Tell her the truth. just be upfront about what happened, why you were not able to take care of her. I find it super messed up that, she's the older sister and he had
And
to
he is the
drop out of
one.
school. Why? Why is the mother being so lenient with the daughter who had an accidental pregnancy and decides to go move states, not even like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and forces her son who's 3 years younger?
Yeah, it sounded like something happened that they ended up in that situation in the sense of like I think she just said I can't do this and left. So
Yeah.
they just kept like it was an agreement that her mom was gonna take care of the kid, of the baby, and then he was the one living at home. It's probably also, if they're very religious, I can totally see the whole like, oh, you're a man, now you're gonna be the man of the house,
Yeah.
and do this. There is a possibility that in his brain, some part of his brain wanted this to be out because
Oh, yes.
yeah, because
I think
also
so.
like he did mention that she didn't, like, he knows that her his niece doesn't remember anything. There could be a part of his heart that is like
Of
broken and
course.
hurt, and in a way that's why he was so reckless
Yeah,
for all
I
of this
think
to
so.
blow out,
I think it was a subconscious thing
as a
for sure.
conscious thing.
He 100% wants um he took on the father figure at such a young age. I can only imagine how attached he is to this girl, and he
Yeah,
probably feels like, and you have all the right to feel like you are the father.
I think he
Essentially you are.
I think in these conversations as a family, when he said like, oh, she just wanted to come and get her kid, like no notice, I can only imagine how that made you feel. However, I am glad that happened. Like, I have to be like, I'm happy that your his sister was able to see the light and be like, I have to go back
Yeah,
for my child. Maybe it was insensitive to just do it without notice.
100%.
um I still think he could potentially get to an agreement with his sister too, if he wants to continue to be important part of her life.
Of course.
All of these things can be talked and talked about with a kid,
Well, from what
100%.
well, yeah, because he said that she moved back home, but I guess he didn't mean like their home. I guess just back to
Yeah,
the state where they live.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of having a converse. Like, it should have been done differently. I think it's very unfair for you to be asked in the first place when you're 17, drop out, raise this child, and then your sister comes back and says, "Oh, now I want to be a mother."
You
Let's
could be a
forget this.
mother.
Of course, but let the whole of let's forget this whole thing ever happened and pretend as a family. Let's keep this a secret. This never happened.
No, and
What
I
about your brother's feelings? Like,
yeah, and I hope that doing things like this is what put her in that situation in the first place. Like when she was like, oh, I had a pregnancy, I can't do this
deal with
anymore,
it.
and I don't want to deal with this. She's literally repeating the same thing. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with my child's feelings.
Yeah.
Your child just needs you to be there for her, hold her hand and say, this is what happened, mi amor, but I'm here for you, I'm here
Yeah.
now. And then she'll continue to have questions. Find a psychologist, find people, find therapy, but face it. And I think I commend him. Like, I'm so happy he's able to see
He's the
that.
one saying, no, we can't just.
That's so parenting already. Like, so such a parent being like, no, we need to talk to her about this.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You're not in the wrong.
No.
Good for you.
And I have I don't know if it's because I have aunts that and uncles that acted like parents and vice versa. In my family, I can see that role of like being an uncle or an aunt, and like really feeling like a parent a lot. And that's so beautiful. If anything, she's gonna grow up knowing that, okay, now my mom came back for me, she's here and she loves me. She didn't know how to handle it, right? She was a child but I had an uncle that was so good to me.
Yeah. And also, she doesn't remember. She doesn't remember that part of her life where her mom was not there. So
now, the longer this goes on, she's gonna, like, even if they say we're not gonna talk about it, that's gonna be in the back of her head.
That's what's gonna actually traumatize her now, this information, and not talking to her about it. It's
why, people? Why? Remember the things that they didn't talk to you about, the things that they didn't address with you. And remember how that made you feel when you were growing up.
Yeah.
You don't want to repeat that.
No. You're not in the wrong.
You're not in the wrong.
And I hope this whole thing gets fixed.
Yeah.
For the girl.
She just has, I'm glad that the situation is like, she, at the end of the day, has a lot of people that love her and want to be in her life and want the best for her.
Yeah.
But not always what we do is what's best for the person that we love.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
100%.
You see?
Wise.
Not always what you do, it's the best for me.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.